Thank you for joining us today. We have a really exciting webinar prepared for you today that will be presented by Megan Dolan. If you have any questions, please be sure to type them into the chat window. And with that said, Megan, please take it away.
Great, thanks Ashley. Hi everyone. Again, my name's Megan. I'm on the brand marketing team over here at the Truvía brand. Before we jump into the PowerPoint, I just want to take a moment to thank everyone so much for your enthusiasm and interest in Truvía. I know we've gotten lots of great questions and excitement, so we on the brand team are really excited for you guys to have your moms meet groups and try Truvía with your friends, and we are so excited to hear all your feedback. So with that, let's jump in. Again, as Ashley mentioned, feel free to enter questions into the webinar, and we'll try to get to as many as we can. So we have, let me try to, there we go. So today we're becoming much more mindful about what we're putting in our bodies. We're reducing our added sugars, artificial ingredients, and really kind of just focusing on balance and moderation in our diets to support a healthy lifestyle. And I know we are getting these messages from all angles about nutrition and exercise, and there's this one message in particular that we've been hearing more and more often from lots of different perspectives, like nutrition-focused organizations like the World Health Organization, American Heart Association, dietitians, physicians, media. It just seems like these messages are coming from all angles, and the one that we've been hearing a lot is to reduce your added sugar intake and kind of cut back on sugar. So just taking a look at some of the numbers, the dietary guidelines for Americans, that was recently released, the 2015 through 2020 guidelines, so that was released this December, and the new recommendation is to limit intake of added sugars to less than 10% of our daily calories. So if we use an 1,800 calorie diet for a day as an example, the DGA is suggesting that in an 1,800 calorie diet, no more than 200 calories should come from added sugars. And just to put this in perspective, one 12-ounce can of full sugar soda contains about 150 calories, which is 10 teaspoons of sugar, and that would, pretty much get you to your daily recommended limit. So we definitely are kind of entering a world where we're trying to cut down our added sugars, and even the DGA is recommending that we kind of drastically cut our sugar intake. A couple other numbers. Sugar is looked at most often on food labels, which is higher than calories, sodium content, and total fat content. So we're seeing people definitely focusing on the sugar line on the nutrition facts panel. 65% of people are trying to cut back or avoid sugar, that percentage is actually higher than fat, sodium, cholesterol, trans fat calories, and high fructose corn syrup. So again, definitely focusing on avoiding and cutting back on sugar. We're also seeing people trying to limit or avoid artificial ingredients. So 37% of people say they're trying to avoid aspartame, 31% say they're trying to avoid saccharin, and 25% say they're trying to avoid sucralose. So you're seeing these artificial ingredients in a lot of artificial sweeteners. So aspartame, for example, is an equal. So I think we're definitely seeing people trying to cut back on both sugar and artificial ingredients. So some of the biggest culprits of added sugar, one of the highest is sugar-sweetened beverages. So this includes carbonated soft drinks, fruit juices, alcoholic beverages. I think fruit juices is one that you kind of think of as a healthy beverage, but they actually, many of them have a lot of added sugar. So I think that's definitely one to watch. And then of course you have sweets and candies and baked goods. Snacks like that also have a lot of added sugar, which I think we all are pretty aware of. But there's some foods that have added sugars that you wouldn't expect to have. So, for example, breakfast cereals is one. Yogurts, especially yogurt with fruit in them, a lot of them can have up to 19 grams of sugar actually. So just as an example, you can buy unsweetened plain yogurt and add your own fruit and Truvia natural sweetener, for example, for that 0-calorie sweetness. Tomato sauces, dried fruit, salad dressings have a lot of sugar in them, and we have a lot of recipes on our site for low sugar salad dressings. And then a couple others, granola bars and canned soup are others that have added sugars that you wouldn't expect. So I think it's important just to focus on those labels and try to buy unsweetened foods and add your own sweetness. We over at Truvía, we have a healthcare ambassador and registered nutritionist. Her name is Julie Upton, and she recommends looking for unsweetened versions of common foods and beverages like, again, milk, breakfast cereal, yogurt, nuts, snack foods. At home, you can use natural sources of flavor like vanilla extract, cinnamon, dark cocoa, nutmeg, or ginger to add flavor and spice to your foods without any calories. Again, I mentioned you can also use Truvia natural sweetener to add natural sweetness to your favorites to get that sweetness of sugar but without the calories. So Truvia natural sweetener is a natural sugar alternative crafted from the sweet leaves of the stevia plant. So our 0-calorie sweetness really helps you manage your added sugar and calorie intake in a natural way. We noticed that you have natural sweeteners, but they have calories. So an example would be sugar. It's a natural sweetener, but it has calories. And then you have your 0-calorie sweeteners, but a lot of them had artificial ingredients. So that would be Equal, Splenda, Sweet and Low, those kind of artificial ingredients. So that's where the Truvia brand kind of took a step back and said, okay, this would be a great place to have a natural sweetener with 0 calories, because that was really something that people were looking for that they weren't getting. So we kind of have the best of both worlds here, so natural sweetness without the calories of sugar or the artificial ingredients. So the benefits of Truvia natural sweetener, it's natural sweetness made from the stevia leaf, 0 calorie and sugar-free, so again, that helps you manage and cut back on your calorie and sugar intake. It's gluten-free, it's safe for use by people with diabetes, and it does not impact blood glucose levels for those watching for yourself or a child or mom, dad. It does not impact blood glucose levels in people with diabetes. It's safe for pregnant or nursing mothers and non-GMO. So those are kind of the key features and benefits of Truvia natural sweetener. So our ingredients, stevia leaf extract, erythritol, and natural flavors. And in just a second, I'm going to play a video for you that goes through how Truvia natural sweetener is made. But I'll just really quickly sum up the ingredients here. So stevia leaf extract is born from the sweet leaves of the stevia plant. So that's native to South America, and it's actually 200 times sweeter than sugar. So that's the primary sweetening ingredient in Truvia natural sweetener. Erythritol is produced through a natural fermentation process. It's found naturally in a variety of fruits, like grapes and pears, as well as in other foods like mushrooms, soy sauce, and wine. So we use erythritol to provide the sugar-like appearance and texture of Truvia natural sweetener. I don't know if anyone has tried it yet, but it definitely looks like sugar, and that's kind of, that ingredient that's helping to provide that crystalline and sugar-like appearance. And then the natural flavors, so similar to pepper, salt, or any other spice that you would use to heighten the taste of food, our natural flavors are used to bring out the best taste in Truvia natural sweetener. So next I'm going to play our video, and I have to jump out of PowerPoint really quickly.
Stevia is a 0-calorie sweetener. Its tiny leaves add sweetness to all our favorite things. But donuts aren't supposed to be green, and leaves don't dissolve in coffee. So we turn those little leaves into the sweetest part of Truvia natural sweetener. 0-calorie granules of sweetness you can use just like sugar. First, we take the sweetest and best tasting parts of the stevia leaves and extract their natural flavor. But stevia leaf extract is about 200 times sweeter than sugar, so a little bit goes a long way. Then, to balance the sweetness, we add erythritol. a less sweet natural sugar alcohol found in grapes, pears, and melons. It's made through fermentation like beer, yogurt, and cheese. Finally, we add a special recipe of natural flavors from natural sources in nature to create great tasting zero-calorie sweetness that looks, feels, and tastes like sugar. Truvía, calorie-free sweeteners from the stevia leaf.
All right. And you can actually find that video. I know it went quickly, but you can find it on our website and on our YouTube page. So definitely check that out if you want to view it again. So that was Truvía Natural Sweetener. We have a couple of other sweeteners in the Truvía family. So again, we have talked about Truvía Natural Sweetener, which is up at the top here. Again, it's our natural zero-calorie sweetener made from the stevia leaf. We have a few different ways of distributing Truvía Natural Sweetener. So we have a jar of spoonable, which you'll see on the right, and then we also have our packets, which is on the left. And then we have a Truvía baking blend. So this is a blend of our Truvía natural sweetener and cane sugar. So this bakes and browns just like sugar, but with 75% fewer calories per serving. So this is how you get your calorie reduction. So you get a 75% calorie reduction while still kind of achieving that browning and baking that you get from sugar. And then we also have a brown sugar blend. So this is the brown sugar version. So it's a blend of Truvía natural sweetener and brown sugar. So again, it bakes with the same moisture and texture of brown sugar, but with 75% fewer calories from sugar. So you can use both of those in cooking and baking. And in your Moms Meet groups, we actually are providing 2 of our favorite recipes. So our monster cookies are actually one of our favorite recipes, and we have over 50 5-star ratings on our website. So this is one that we really love. So the monster cookies are made with our baking blend and our brown sugar blend. So they're flourless cookies that are gluten-free, and again, one of our most popular. So with this one, you get a 53% sugar reduction and 7% fewer calories than the full sugar version. And just a couple of these asterisks, you can get the nutrition facts online on our website. And then the hot chocolate is made with Truvía natural sweetener, and it's homemade hot chocolate with 75% less sugar and 50% fewer calories than the full sugar version. So these definitely both have a pretty substantial sugar and calorie reduction, which is why we're really excited for you to try both of them. And you make the hot chocolate with natural sweetener and the monster cookies with baking blend and brown sugar blend. So you'll get to try all of our products, which we're really excited about. Here's some other recipe inspiration. I think when you think about a natural zero-calorie sweetener, you kind of think of hot beverages, but you can use our sweetener in anything from cooking to baking. So here, just a few different recipe inspirations that I personally love. So we have a soup on the top left corner, glazed carrots on the top right. Bottom left is reduced sugar banana nut muffin. So that is using our baking blend, and that's kind of a baking occasion. And then reduced sugar homemade applesauce. So that one is using our Truvía natural sweetener. So I think it's important just to think about all the different ways that you can be cutting sugar aside from just coffee. We have so many different recipes that we have available on Truvía.com. And if you actually follow us on our social media pages, so we're on Instagram, Pinterest, Facebook, you can find recipe inspiration there, as well as DIY projects and actually different giveaways. So this first one is from our Instagram, and we have different recipes. We show our recipes that we've made. Pinterest is really fun. We have a lot of different DIY activities. Actually, with our spoonable, this one is a hanging terrarium. It's kind of cute. So there's different ways that you can recycle your spoonable jars, which is Truvía natural sweetener. And then we have different giveaways. So this was a fun one from this last summer that we gave away for a little road trip and picnic. So that's what I've got. Does anyone have any questions? I think we can move into the question portion here. Happy to take any that anyone has.
Thanks so much, Megan. That was a great presentation. We have a lot of questions coming in. I just want to let you know, a lot of our moms commented that they were really surprised by some of those high sugar foods. Kathy loved the video, and Noelle and Jessica says that they really want to try those monster cookies. So just some things I wanted to share with you before we get to the questions. Our first question comes from Sarah. I know you've mentioned in the presentation that it's a natural product, but she just wants to know, is it really 100% natural?
Yep, so Truvía Natural Sweetener is natural. It's made from stevia leaf extract, erythritol, and our natural flavors. So the stevia leaf extract comes from the stevia plant, and then erythritol is also found in a variety of different foods. So as I mentioned, it's found in wine and a bunch of different fruits. And so it's found in nature. So that's kind of that part of it. And then the natural flavors. So the reason we can't talk about the natural flavors is because they're a proprietary blend, but they are all natural. They're generally recognized as safe. And so yes, all of our ingredients are natural.
Okay, great. Our next question comes from Kelly. She loves to bake and wants to know if there's anywhere where she can see the equivalent of sugar to Truvia so she can use it as an alternative sweetener.
Sure. So you can bake with Truvía Natural Sweetener. When you bake with stevia leaf extract, it doesn't bake and brown just like sugar, which is why we basically developed our sugar blend. So again, you can get a 75% calorie and sugar reduction with those products, but you can bake with Truvía Natural Sweetener. It just doesn't bake and brown as well as our brown sugar and baking blend.
Okay, great. Sheena is new to cooking and wants to know when it would be appropriate to use Truvia brown sugar as opposed to regular Truvia.
Yeah, so you can substitute Truvia brown sugar blend for brown sugar in any recipe, and you can substitute Truvia baking blend for regular sugar in any recipe. So any recipe you have that uses sugar or brown sugar, you can substitute Truvia brown sugar blend and Truvia baking blend. You just have to use half as much. There's a conversion on the back of the package, and since we're using stevia leaf extract in both of those products, they're going to be you need less because it's very sweet using stevia leaf extract. So basically you use half as much. And there's those conversions on the back.
Okay, fantastic. Roberta came in a little bit late to the webinar, and she just wants to know if this would be safe to use since her husband is diabetic.
Yep, so Truvía Natural Sweetener is safe for diabetics. We've done research on that, and it does not impact blood glucose levels. Keep in mind that the baking blend and the brown sugar blend both have a little bit of sugar in them. So, I think everybody's different, and all diabetics are kind of watching their sugar intake in different ways. So just keep in mind that those two have a little bit of sugar in them, but Truvía Natural Sweetener does not impact blood glucose levels.
Okay, thank you. Beth wants to know if you have any recipe videos that she can follow along to.
We do. So if you go to our YouTube page, so it's youtube.com/Truvia Newsroom. We do have recipe videos on our YouTube page, and we actually have partnered with different bloggers and influencers who have made videos in partnership with us as well with some of our recipes. So definitely check out the YouTube page.
Okay, thank you. MJ says that she already uses a different alternative sugar, and she wants to know what is one thing about Truvia that should make her switch.
Sure. So I think one thing is that it's natural. It comes from the stevia leaf, and it's really great tasting. I don't know if anyone has tried other stevia-based sweeteners before, but a lot of the time stevia can get kind of a bitter aftertaste, and you'll know what I'm talking about if you've tried a different stevia-based sweetener. But we really don't have that bitter aftertaste. Since stevia leaf extract is 200 times sweeter than sugar, that's kind of where you get that bitterness. But Truvia truly doesn't have that aftertaste. So I think that is one. I think the taste and just the naturalness of it are a couple of differentiators for us.
Thank you. Kayla is sampling Truvia now through Mom's Meat, and her group wants to know if Truvia can be used in cocktails or any alcoholic beverages.
Yep, yeah. So we have a bunch of recipes on our website that are alcoholic beverages that can cut sugar. I know that that's one. I mentioned that sugar-sweetened beverages are one where they have a ton of added sugar, and so that's definitely a really great place to use Truvia natural sweetener to cut some sugar. So check out our recipes on our website. So you go to truvia.com/recipes, and you can filter out by beverages, and you'll find a bunch of cocktail recipes there.
Great. Leona wants to clarify the difference between the baking blend and the regular Truvia sweetener.
Sure. So the baking blend has, so Truvia natural sweetener is our 0-calorie sweetener. Truvia baking blend has Truvia natural sweetener and sugar in it, so it has both. It has Truvia natural sweetener and sugar. That's our baking blend, and the reason we added sugar to it is so that it bakes and browns just like sugar in recipes.
Okay, thank you. Ginny wants to know if any of your products are kosher.
Yep, they all are.
Oh, perfect. Laura currently uses Truvia and has a good cookie recipe, and she wants to know the best way that she could send it to you or share it.
Oh, awesome. You can send it to, you can actually pass it through on our website. You can go to the contact page, and if you send it there, we will, that comes directly to us, and we'll get the recipe and check it out.
Okay, Rebecca just said she was really excited that you can use Truvia in cocktails, and she just wanted to thank you for answering the questions. That was one of her ones that she really wanted to ask you.
Yep, and I think, oh, go ahead.
Oh, sure. I was going to go to the next one, but you can continue.
Yeah, go for it. Go ahead.
Okay. Connie would like to know if Truvia is gluten-free.
Yep, Truvia is gluten-free.
Okay, thank you. Erin would like to know if you know if Truvia is sold at Target.
Yes, Truvia is sold at Target.
Anita says that her local ShopRite carries Truvia, but not the brown sugar. And how do you recommend that she request her store carries it?
Sure. So, well, first of all, you can go online. If you go online and look at our store locator, you can find where which stores near you carry all of our products. So that's one way to go find the brown sugar blend if ShopRite is not carrying it. I think the best way to request it would just be to find a store manager, and I think if you ask for it that way, they can pass that along to whoever is able to make those decisions.
Okay, that makes sense. June currently uses Truvia, or I'm sorry, she currently uses a sweetener that has aspartame, but keeps hearing that it's unhealthy, and she just wants to know if Truvia has that ingredient.
Nope, Truvia does not have aspartame. So aspartame is an artificial ingredient. It's an artificial sweetener. She's probably using equal, I'm guessing, but Truvia does not have any artificial ingredients in it. It's made from the stevia leaf, and it has natural ingredients.
Okay, thank you. Gina asks, is Truvia sweetener more like a granulated sugar or a powder?
Granulated. Yep, it has the sugar crystalline texture to it, so it definitely, the texture is sugar-like.
Okay. Sarah asks if you have any suggestions for weaning off sugar. I guess I'm assuming if she should just stop using sugar and completely move over to Truvia, or do sort of a half and half, sort of getting used to it.
Yeah, I think everybody's different. I think everyone's nutritional plans and meal plans are different, so it just totally depends on her objectives, I think, for her own nutrition. But it's really easy to swap out Truvia for sugar. So if you just start to buy some unsweetened foods, or I guess the unsweetened versions of foods that you already buy. So I gave the example of yogurt. If you currently buy yogurt with fruit in it, and you start to buy unsweetened yogurt, just the plain yogurt, and you can add Truvia to it and your own fruit to it. So I think that's an example, just one example of a really easy swap that you can make.
Okay, great. We actually have a lot of moms asking this next question. They want to know if Truvia would be okay to give to their children.
Yep, so Truvia is, the ingredients in Truvia are generally recognized as safe. Sometimes their acronym is called GRAS. So the regulatory designation means that stevia leaf extract is generally recognized as safe for use in foods that are commonly consumed by children, such as yogurt, cereals, beverages. So yes, it is safe for kids. And stevia leaf extract is, one of our ingredients, as well as erythritol. Those both are safe for kids, and they're safe for use in other foods like yogurt, cereals, beverages that kids commonly eat. So yes, it is.
Okay, thank you. Lainey would like to know if it dissolves in beverages quickly.
It doesn't dissolve in beverages like sugar. You stir it and it dissolves.
Okay, great. We're getting a lot of comments just thanking you for presenting the webinar today. They've learned a lot of information. That wraps up all of our questions for you. Do you have any closing thoughts before we wrap up?
Yeah, again, I just want to say thank you so much for participating and being so enthusiastic. We've gotten really great feedback, really good questions, so thank you so much for being so engaged, and we can't wait for you and your friends to try Truvía Sweetener products, and we're looking forward to hearing your feedback, so thank you.
Thank you so much, Megan. Everyone, that concludes today's webinar. Thank you for attending, and for all of our mom ambassadors who are currently sampling Truvía. We're really looking forward to your feedback. Also, the 5 prize winners of today's webinar will be contacted privately via email. We're going to go ahead and log off now. Have a great day, everyone.